Thanks for stopping by. This is 2-Minute Classroom, and today we're learning about the nervous system. The nervous system is the body's electrical wiring that controls and coordinates all of our body's functions. It's made up of two main parts, the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. So let's take a closer look at each. The central nervous system, or CNS, is made up of the brain and spinal cord. The brain is the control center of the body. It receives and interprets information from the senses and controls our actions and reactions. The spinal cord, on the other hand, is a long bundle of nerves that runs from the base of the brain to the lower back. It relays information between the brain and the rest of the body. The peripheral nervous system, or PNS, is made up of all the nerves that branch out from the spinal cord and connect to the rest of the body. The PNS is divided into two parts, the somatic nervous system and the autonomic nervous system. The somatic nervous system controls the movement of our voluntary muscles to run or jump, for example. The autonomic nervous system controls the functions of our internal organs and glands, such as breathing and heart rate. Within all of these systems is the basic building block of the nervous system, the neuron. Neurons are specialized cells that transmit electrical signals or nerve impulses throughout the body. They have three main parts, the dendrites, the cell body or soma, and the axon. Dendrites receive signals from other neurons. The cell body processes the signals, and the axon sends the signals to other neurons or muscles or glands.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to NeuroNexus. Tonight, we will be exploring the scientific workings of the central and peripheral nervous system. But before we dive into our topic, let's get to know our guest experts a little better. Let's start with Miss Obedoza. Miss Princess, could you please introduce yourself?
Thank you, Elyka. Hello, everyone. I'm Princess Obedoza, a secondary student nurse of PHS. I have always been fascinated by the nervous system and its role in our daily lives. I'm excited to share my knowledge and insight to all of you tonight.
Thank you, Princess. Now let's hear from John Lloyd. John Lloyd, please tell us a bit about yourself.
Hi, Elyka, and to all the viewers of NeuroNexus. Thank you for having me on the show. I'm Palpallatoc, a second year nursing student of PHS. The nervous system is a complex and vital part of our bodies, and I'm thrilled to be here to discuss its function and importance.
Wonderful introduction, John Lloyd. Last but not the least, let us hear the introduction of our last expert in CNS, Miss Trisha, your on.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Trisha, Ocampo from PHS Isabela. I'm also a second-year student taking a bachelor's degree in nursing. It is my pleasure to be here tonight as one of your guests, Miss Elyka. Before I end up my introduction, I just want to share with you my basic knowledge about the central nervous system. You know that the central part of the autonomic nervous system consists of centers within the brainstem and the spinal cord, while the peripheral part is made up of autonomic fibers and ganglia of the peripheral nervous system.
Thank you for sharing us what you know about the central nervous system. And thank you also to PHS for allowing us to have a talk with your three wonderful nursing students. Now let's dive into our topic, the central nervous system, autonomic and peripheral nervous system. Ms. Pantua, as our researcher, can you give us a brief overview of the central nervous system?
Certainly, Elyka. The central nervous system consists of the brain and of the spinal cord. It is responsible for processing and coordinating information from the body and sending out appropriate responses. On the other hand, the peripheral nervous system includes all the nerves outside of the central nervous system. It connects central nervous system to the rest of the body, allowing for communication and control of various bodily functions.
Central nervous system. The central nervous system is the control center of the body. It consists of the brain and the spinal cord and is responsible for processing and integrating sensory information, controlling movement, and coordinating the body's functions.
Fascinating. Now let's explore the autonomic and somatic nervous system in the peripheral nervous system. Princess Ellen, can you explain to us the autonomic nervous system?
maganda para sa sympathetic system help us relax and conserve energy.
Now, Trisha, could you shed some light on the somatic nervous system?
Of course, the somatic nervous system is responsible for voluntary movements and sensory perception. It relays information from our senses such as touch, sight, and hearing to the central nervous system. It also carries signals from the central nervous system to our muscles, allowing us to move and interact with the world around us.
Excellent explanations, Princess, Trisha, and Jayla. It's truly fascinating how our nervous system works. So we prepared here an interactive segment where we will play a game to test our knowledge. Our first game for tonight is called the Nerve Trivia. I will ask a series of questions related to nervous system, and our guests will have to pass in with their answers. The first person to pass in will have the opportunity to answer the question. Are you ready?
Yes.
Fantastic! Let us now begin. So here is our first question. What is the main organ of the nervous system?
The brain.
That is... What do you think? That is correct. Princess got the first point. The brain is indeed the main organ of the nervous system. Now let's move on to the question number 2. What are the two main divisions of the nervous system?
The central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system.
And that is correct. The nervous system is divided into the central nervous system, which includes the brain and the spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system, which consists of nerves that extend throughout the body. Moving forward to our third question, what is the function of the spinal cord?
It transmits signals between the brain and the rest of the body.
Your answer is correct. The spinal cord serves as a pathway for transmitting signals between the brain and the body, allowing for communication and coordination. Let's move on to the question number 4. What is the role of neurons in the nervous system?
Neurons are the basic building blocks of the nervous system and transmit information through electrical and chemical signals.
That is correct. Neurons are specialized cells to transmit information through electrical impulses and chemical signals, enabling communication between the nervous system. And for our last question, what is the common disorder of the nervous system that causes involuntary shaking?
Parkinson's disease.
That is correct. Parkinson's disease is a neurodegenerative disorder that affects movement and often leads to tremors. That was an exciting day, and our guests did an amazing job answering the questions. Moving on to our next segment, the next game is called Definitely Nervous. You will choose 2 players in your team to play the game. Their back facing the other player's back. Upon hearing the phrase per sentence, both players will face each other and tell their answers. Who will play the game? Okay, Trisha and Princess, face each other's back. Are you nervous?
Definitely nervous.
Okay. 5-line response.
Sympathetic nerve.
Composed of brain and spinal cord. Some division of the apparent division that involves voluntary activities such as activation of skeletal muscles.
Somatic.
Subdivision of the peripheral nervous system that sends message to organs, glands, and skeletal muscles for the purpose of response and action.
Autonomic.
If you get this last given phrase or sentence, mean to say you've got all correct answers for this segment. For the last, it is a subdivision of peripheral nervous system that sends messages to inform the central nervous system.
Correct.
Nice one! You got all the questions right. What else can you do? But that isn't the end of the game yet. For our last game, we will be having a fast talk, but with a twist. This is Elyka, and we'll be back after the commercial brought to you by NeuroNexus.
The peripheral nervous system coordinates involuntary functions like heart rate, and respiration. It controls voluntary and sensory functions, including the sensation of special sensory information. All nerves involved in the voluntary control of skeletal muscles are part of the somatic system of the peripheral nervous system. Body functions that are mainly involuntary and controlled by signals that pass from the brain to glands and organs throughout the body are part of the autonomic system of the peripheral nervous system.
Welcome back to Gawas. I feel like our guests are very much excited for our last game. And for our last game, I will explain that mechanics. So each of you will be asked one question and you must answer right after. Let's define nervous system.
It controls brain growth and development.
John, what are the two main parts of the nervous system?
Central and peripheral nervous system.
What are the main organs of the peripheral nervous system, Trisha?
The nerves and ganglia.
Two subdivisions of the peripheral nervous system, JL.
Autonomic and somatic.
Two subdivisions of autonomic nervous system, Princess.
Sympathetic and parasympathetic.
Composing the central nervous system is our brain and spinal cord. What are the functions of the brain and spinal cord?
Thinking, learning,
Interpreting sensory information.
maintaining homeostasis,
Creating motor responses.
Wow, you guys are really full of knowledge about the nervous system. Now, before we wrap up, I would like to open the floor for any final thoughts or insights from our guests.
Thank you for having us here tonight. I really enjoyed playing while learning.
It's our pleasure to be present here. I had fun. It's all I can say.
It was indeed amazing. It's a great opportunity to share our knowledge and passion for the nervous system.
Thank you for joining us here tonight at NeuroNexus. It has been an enlightening and engaging discussion. Stay curious with NeuroNexus.
Heart rate,
Automatic! Automatic, wow! Nice one!
What